Hello and welcome to this vadiMAP video capsule where we have the chance to speak with the president of Rematek Energy, Mike Perrault, to discuss about the integration of renewable energy in Canada and other countries. Mike has been in the solar industry for 12 years now and joined Rematek Energy over 3 years as president. Rematek Energy is a leading supplier of renewable energy systems in North America. In addition to offering turnkey solutions for engineering, procurement, and installations of systems, they are also a distributor of products such as solar panels, wind turbines, inverters, batteries, and accessories for a large network of installation partners. They have also been a great partner of vadiMAP from the very beginning. Hi, Mr. Perrault. Thanks for being with us. How are you today?
Hi, Jeremy. I'm very well, thank you, and thanks for inviting me.
We are really happy to have you on today. So, since you have really great expertise in the solar industry, what are the challenges and opportunities for solar energy in Canada?
Well, and the challenges are pretty simple to identify. It's as everybody would recognize, a lot more snow here in Canada than anywhere else where solar is popular, and also the amount of hours of sunlight during the winter is quite restricted compared to the summer. So those are the two main challenges. We have an additional challenge right here in Quebec, in that the electricity is so cheap and it's already clean, 99% hydroelectricity. So of course it makes it more challenging, politically, to have proper incentives for solar. So those are the challenges. On the positive side, the opportunities are that there's a great willingness from the population throughout Canada to do their part in saving the planet, and so there's been a lot of innovation in the last 12 years that I've witnessed regarding things like the way we plan our racking to hold the solar panels, such that we can minimize snow losses in the winter, as well for those applications where the energy in the winter is more important than in the summer. We've been playing with the angle of the panels to make sure that, again, to minimize snow loss. The other big thing that's really helped us in the last few years has been the advent of bifacial panels, probably the biggest innovation in solar, and that makes it so much more easy to reduce snow loss.
Really interesting. So you have the tools those are great insights to size solar panels in Canada. So bifacial, the racking. So you just have to consider the snow to have the great potential of your solar panels. Thank you for that, Mike. If I can call you Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
What tools are currently missing in the solar industry or to solar installers or developers?
Mm-hmm. Well, you won't be too surprised that it comes back to the snow once again. There are many tools we use worldwide. Of course, the most popular being PV-Syst in Europe mainly, but internationally, and PV Watts, very popular in the United States, and a few others. Here in Canada, many people use Red Screen, developed by NRC. Most of these systems are very good at what they do, but they also have a lot of limitations. For example, none of them are very good at predicting snow loss and helping developers minimize snow loss, as an example. So these are the types of things that we have to add manually to the information that we receive when we design systems. But that's just for the snow. There's a bunch of other criteria. When you look at a commercial property, for example, as we've discussed in the past. Um, you want to optimize the return on investment for a particular customer, and it's not all about solar PV. It's how much solar PV should I put versus geothermal versus solar thermal, so solar thermal hot air or hot water. So there's three forms of solar. There's geothermal, there's wind energy, and how much of each should I be planning for my specific building, as an example. Tools that are out there today do not satisfy that requirement, and this is one of the main reasons why we enjoy working with you, Jay, and your team, because we feel that that's the mission that you have, to develop the proper tools to help us developers address those questions.
Yeah, sure. It is, of course, our mission, as you mentioned, Mike. The next question, what has mainly occupied Rematek Energy in the last years? What is the most popular technologies, the most popular systems that you are installing?
Well, we are very busy. It sounds like we're getting busier and busier. First, I should separate between on-grid and off-grid and the different types of clients that we have. As you know, we have a very large network of installer partners for which we distribute 1,500 and more items. So from that perspective, there are so many new technologies, new products coming out from, not only in the solar panel aspect itself, but everything that goes with it, whether it's optimizers. Optimizers didn't exist 5 years ago. So now there's a bunch of different optimizers, different types of micro inverters, lots of new battery technologies. It used to be all lead acid, then it went from lead acid that you have to maintain to lead acid that you don't have to maintain to lithium, and then within lithium there's NMC, LFP, and a bunch of others. So there's a whole list of different technologies that we're evaluating and discussing with our clients to see what they need, and we work hard to make sure that we make them available to our clients. That's for that part. And then we have a sort of a separate division where we help and provide professional services to engineering firms, architects, and commercial owners, and we have had more and more interest in recent years, whereas there was, especially in Quebec, there was absolutely no activity until about 3-4 years ago, and now there's quite a few interesting projects, as you witnessed, and that's kept us very busy. And then the final chapter, I would say, is our mission is really to not only to sell as much solar as possible and make it popular, but really to replace the reliance on diesel generators. And we do that a lot in this province, but we also do it throughout Eastern Canada, principally. And in recent years, we've started focusing on an even bigger need in Africa and in Mexico, and a little bit in the Caribbean as well.
Great. So beautiful projects across the world.
Yep.
Awesome. And what do you think is, less popular technologies that have great potential?
Well, if you remember the first question you asked me at the beginning, I was saying that the biggest challenge is in Canada is the snow and the limited number of hours. Well, because there's another opportunity that I didn't mention, which is related to this question, which is, okay, what do we do about all the heating requirements in the winter? If we're going to have that much snow loss, and we're going to have, even though we're trying to optimize or minimize snow loss, there is still at the end of the day much less energy available from solar PV in the winter than in the summer. So it doesn't match with the need, the consumption. And that's been a very long, very big issue, and it's been since the beginning of time. But one big opportunity is solar thermal hot air. I think it's not a new technology. It's been used for many, many years. And we've recently partnered with a company that has pioneered that technology in Quebec. And we feel, again, with your tool, we can help evaluate for a given client how much solar thermal air, hot air, and how much PV, and combined with the other technologies, we can implement to really provide the best return on investment for that client and deal with not only critical loads, but the main load being the heating of properties.
Great. And have you identified, buildings that have the greatest potential for solar thermal with the hot air, for example?
Well, the nice thing about this technology is that it's not meant to add more electricity. The limitation of solar PV is you can't create as much electricity as you would need in the winter. But the solar thermal hot air allows us to eliminate a lot of gas that's being used to heat up a building. Again, I'm referring to commercial and industrial buildings.
Sure.
And no, we don't have a specific list, but almost every building that we look at heats most commercial and industrial buildings heat with gas. So there's a great opportunity to help to use this new technology, not this new technology, but this other form of technology. And we just have to master being able to present both solutions, not as competitive, but complementary.
Thank you for that. So it's a very beautiful technology, but that have been there for a couple of years, but should be getting more popular through the years, really to replace gas. So perfect. And my last question for you today, Mike, wind turbines for nanogrids. So, small scale projects or buildings. Is there a future?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's a past, present, and future, I would say. We don't, in the small scale, like nanogrids, as you say, contrary to the large scale, wind turbines are much less efficient. So they're not that popular, not very popular. If somebody has a choice between solar and wind, he will normally opt for solar. And that's why it represents such a large percentage of our sales. But for those clients that absolutely need more energy in the winter, back to our challenges, wind turbine is a great accessory not accessory, but a great addition to any installation. And once again, we don't really have the tools to properly present it as well as we would like. And hopefully you'll be able to help us with that. But for the moment, the people that are buying it, they just need more electricity, and they will add that onto their solar installations.
Perfect. And I guess off-grid applications are, it's perfect for wind turbines usually.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. I'm talking specifically for off-grid, yes.
Yes, okay.
Right, yeah.
Because
we don't see that many on-grid wind turbines, but as nanogrids become more and more popular, I would definitely see them being integrated on grid as well.
Good. All right. So thank you for your time, Mr. Perrault. That was a pleasure again, and let's talk again soon.
You're welcome, Jay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Mike.